ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, oh my. You thought things were gonna be perfect. You thought they were going to be easy, huh? Oh, you thought they were gonna be simple. It doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. It doesn't seem like that is the prerogative of the situation. Oh God, we almost hit a pothole. Pray for me, pray for me. I need to look at the road a little bit more. We are rolling down I-10 right now. And after the experiences over the weekend, and the experiences that it looked like were to come, we have made the smart decision. The smart decision. Because we're not looking towards the past. As much as we went to Sebring yesterday, it was a really entertaining experience at Sebring. As much as we enjoyed that Sebring venture, that was partially looking into the past. Because there is a future around the corner. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Hold on. Look at this. You see what that sign says? See what that sign says? Thank you for visiting Florida, guys. Thank you for visiting Florida. Alabama state line, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the Alabama state line. We are out. We are free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. We made it out. Oh, we just crossed the damn river. We're in sweet home Alabama. Look at it, it even says it. Where the skies are so blue. Look, sweet home Alabama, it says it right there on the sign. We are in Alabama. So long, Florida man, that's right. We ain't got no damn time for no Florida shit. That's about all that's left. Sebring and the Indy cars, all the IndyCar people, that's the biggest damn trail dust I've ever experienced in my life. Oh yeah, man, we love to work with you. You got all these people, blah, 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 blah. No response. They go ghost. They're like the blonde with the big titties. I guess they got like 100 people on DMs and they can't get back to yours. Unbelievable. So the hell with that Sebring IndyCar idea, or St. Pete IndyCar idea. The Sebring deal was cool. Sebring thing was awesome. And then, of course, what do you got over there that way across the bridge? World of Outlaws on Bike Week? Well, I was already at World of Outlaws at Dirt Car Nationals. And I'm thinking they're only going to have about 30 cars because High Limit's got to be on the other side of the country in a few weeks. It's going to be a regular Outlaw show at Volusia. And speaking of that, you know, I had a very interesting conversation with somebody yesterday who's from the higher-ups of the racing industry. Magnolia. Oh, no, somebody is from Mongolia. Oh, we got Mongolia in the chat. Somebody said the other day, they were like, you know what the problem with racing is, Chaz? They do the same shit every day and there's nothing different. He goes, I go to an NFL football game and there's something new at the stadium. There's some new players that's come in. There's something new always happening. And when I go to these outlaw races, like, and I had to agree with them, go to Dirt Car, Volusia, same cast of characters, same guys, same old track, same stupid dash draw and lineup procedures. Nothing is different. He said, small time thinking, Chaz. You think this shit's ever gonna make it on the ESPN, you dumb son of a bitch and redneck with your curls? You ain't got no idea. No idea. You're stupid. This shit, it's too small time. It's too small time thinking to go anywhere in life. These damn sprint cars are going to stay where they're at due to leadership. And they don't even want to get together and do a governing body like Australia. At least Australia has a chance because they can work all together. They're being steered by a conglomerate. They're not just all ego and trying to be the biggest little nastier old sprint car tour. They're working together. They ain't over here trying to have the biggest dick in the playground. Anyway, golly. And they still do the same shit every year. I mean, That's why High Limit was very intriguing. At least it was a little bit different. A little bit different. Somebody says, "Are you racist?" I have tried to not be racist. Okay, I used to have a racist issue. I used to be against NASCAR races, Indian asphalt races, different forms of races. I've had to appreciate now other forms of races because they at least do shit correctly. They at least try to do something new and different. They go to Bowman Gray. So I have been a racist in the past with the different forms of races, but I'm not going to be a damn racist anymore, okay? It's not going to happen. I'm going to try to appreciate the asphalt stuff. The Sebring races were awesome. So I'm trying to broaden the palette. Now, if you're talking about actual definitive racist, no, I'm extremely anti-racist as far as the political term. But I speak up on my shows all the time about racism. It's a big problem. The Underwood's backwoods way of the racing industry is interesting. Not all the way. It's not 100%. There's good people and everything, but salt and pepper, cilantro in the salsa. There's a lot of tomato, if you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, at the end of the damn day, the Outlaws are going to be fucking boring. Okay, and the guy made a good point with this small time mentality. We ain't doing nothing different. And that's all I've been about trying to do is do something different or maybe something that works. Put on a damn fight. A show. And that is exactly why we're leaving Florida's white trash ass behind. We are going to a show. And the show is building. And if y'all ain't going to do it, I'm going to show you how to get it done. Because there's a show that's going to be happening in a few weeks. It happens to involve the same old Outlaws and their cast of circus characters. But Florida, want to thank Marv, want to thank Tom, want to thank Seven. Let me get this out real quick. Kenny down there at Hendry, Dunright TV, Kelly over there. Trying to remember everybody who reached out, did some things. Everybody at the late models, the New Zealanders, everyone who hung out and y'all saw clips and videos of. And we're not waffle stomping here today. We're just saying some shit. Is that a seat or a floor mat? That is a chair, you son of a bitch. And I'm about to break a chair over the top of your head if you keep on fucking up my chat. Now look here. We are leaving Florida and going to a show. We're going to build a show. We're going to show y'all how it's done. And I thought I had done this last year. When I had pointed out a particular race weekend where I thought we were going to get us a show to start the season. Because Volusia, we went down the schedule from last year, and blah, 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 blah. They're going to go to Magnolia, not Mongolia, like where our chat person's from. Magnolia in Alabama. Who are they going to go up against? Danny Smith and freaking Terry Gray. They ain't going to do nothing. And I was like, but this new race weekend at Kennedale Speedway Park, KSP, south of Florida, or south of Fort Worth. This could be good. This is a quarter-mile racetrack, known for slicking off, widening out, and there are some good Texas locals that know that racetrack. And I was saying this was going to be one of the best races to watch. I was in Australia at the time, so I wasn't going to make the damn race. But this fucking race goes last year. Rain coming left and right. Lights go out. The biggest fucking shit show you could ever conjure up for this little KSP racetrack to be put on a national stage. It was basically like putting your ass on the grand auditorium and just coming in there and mushroom stamping your ass left and right in front of everybody. It was a glorified embarrassment. Glorified embarrassment last year at Kennedale Speedway Park in Texas, where I am from. This area of the country. It is in the DFW Metroplex. So, absolute shit show. I wasn't in town. Maybe that's how it was supposed to go. I know we talk about Houston's in the flood, and they blame me for that. But there was a tornado incident a few years ago at this KSP, and there was some similar situations. So I don't know if they want to blame me for that. But anyway, last night we made it over to Plant City with old Tom there, CIA Tom. We were investigating Legoland and some shit. And we went to Sebring, great day, great experience of the racetrack. And we got a text. We got a text from a few different drivers asking, are you going to be here this weekend? I'm going, what do you mean be here? Where is here? What are you talking about? And they said, well, we got the 3-day 410 showdown here in Texas this weekend. And I'm like, huh. I didn't know. The guy said I-37, South Texas Raceway. I looked at the weather report. I'm like, I ain't going to freeze my ass off like Milton. It's going to be Florida style weather. 75, 78 for the high, 62, 64 for the low. And I'm like, huh. And then I look at the schedule and it's like, oh, KSP, World of Outlaws are coming to Kennedale Speedway Park 2-day show. I believe they're calling it the Cowtown Stampede, although we're going to be talking about Cowtown. We're going to be talking about that when we get over here to Texas, because that's where we're going. Yes, sir. I'm like, well, I could come over here, talk to these guys about their upcoming bout, because they got a match coming. Every single one of these Texas guys. And I talked to the series director, Nathan Moore, of the Elite Series, the Elite 410 Outlaw. Look it up on Facebook, Elite Outlaw Sprint Car Series 410s. I said, man, I'd like to come over. People are hitting me up. I felt like the KSP race last year did a huge disservice. It was a disgrace to the national audience. And he said, yeah, I did that for not only the track, but the drivers too. And I said, right. Because I was touting this as an opportunity for these Texas drivers to finally have it. They couldn't do it on the big half-mile at Devil's Bowl. Too much horsepower and money needed to whoop some ass at that track. But you might be able to whoop some ass on your own little bitty quarter mile if it's right. And it was 100% wrong. Now, I still believe there is talent across the country in different segments and styles. And I do believe there's some sprint car drivers in Texas that have talent. They just don't got national money because you got to leave the damn state to even be known. So, there is a title match, a damn showdown. The showdown is coming. The matchup is coming. It ain't PA Posse because y'all are the damn Hollywood superstars. Hell, y'all have a damn race and it's freezing cold outside and you even got the damn, the Chalice Queen of all people on YouTube, Jeremy Elliott out there reporting and interviewing Chase Dietz and shit. Y'all get everybody nice to come on out. Y'all are just princes and prances out there in the PA area. Jeremy Elliott shows up and does his interviews, treats y'all like it's a damn Outlaw show. Y'all get all the credibility. So it can't be the PA Posse versus the Outlaws, but it is the Texas motherfucking gunslingers ready to whoop some ass here in 2 weeks at KSP, and I'm going to build them up. I'm going to this damn show this weekend, the 3-day event, 410 sprint cars in South Texas. Of course, we've been talking about Carson Bowden. He's going to be there. Ryder LaPlante's going to be there. A bunch of guys are going to be there. And we're going to be talking about, you stay on the fucking channel. Because we're going to be showing y'all some of these guys who it may have fucked up last year, but based on the weather, how it's looking, it ain't going to be fucked up this year. This year, y'all's ass is coming down, and you're going to get your real Texas ass whooping by some of these guys. And I'm going to be showing y'all who these fucking guys are. And I'm telling you, KSP, when it's right, it's possibly one of the best racetracks in the country. It just had a really bad showing. It got a really bad showing last year. But the Chaz wasn't even in the country. And I know we have our rain capabilities with Jesus and the Lord, so I'm going to make sure that the rain stays away this year. Me and God and Jesus will get in a circle. We're going to talk about it. We're going to make sure that the rain and everything stays away for this weekend. We're going to save that shit for later on in the year, come June. We know there's a race that needs a bunch of rain. We're going to put some in the bank for that scenario. But there's going to be some guys we're going to be showing y'all this weekend that are going to put it on David Gravel's ass. The torpedo's about to get sputted, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. The torpedo's going to get sputted. Hell no, we ain't going to St. Pete. Take your damn St. Peter somewhere else. We're going down there where the Mexican Mafia hangs out, Corpus Christi. We're going down there. Yeah. I'm going to bring out the sombrero on y'all's asses. But anyways, there's going to be some guys. Of course, Carson Bowden, this 14-year-old phenom that I've been telling y'all about, put it on the people's ass. The Chili Boat won a heat race, first time in a midget, everything. He can't race the World Outlaw. He's 14. But I'm going to try to talk to his daddy, and I'm going to try to say to him, hey, if you want to know the best promotional scheme in the world, let's try to lie about Carson Bowden's age and enter him into the KSP event. I mean, even if you get caught, like, that's going to make headline news, you know? It's like, oh my God, who did that? Who tried to enter the race? He's really not 14, so we're going to try. I'm going to try to convince everybody to, like, let's lie about Carson's age, and when they find out about it, it'll be headline news. 14-year-old Carson Bowden tried to lie about his age to race World Outlaws at Kennedale Speedway Park. Best marketing promotional idea I've ever came up with. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. That's the damn show right there. Putting it in there, trying to sneak your way into the outlaw race and getting caught. Oh my God. It's like, what are they going to do? Say you can't run the Outlaws for a year? Who gives a shit? High Limit's going to take over soon anyway. We all know that Flow's too big for Dirt Vision to withstand. High Limit's going to buy him. That's what I'm hearing. Big investor coming in, going to take WRG's ass down. Big merger coming. But regardless, that's all bullshit. I'm just talking shit. I don't know anything. Illuminati, praise Allah, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're going to build up the other side of the fight. Because the other side, this year at KSP, now that I'm going to be there and me and God and Jesus are going to have a talk and keep the rain away, this is going to be potentially the best race that any of y'all are going to be able to see. I built this up last year in this way, and it went to shit. I was in Australia, though. It's a zip code thing. Now I'm here. Things are going to be a little bit different. So, that's where we're going. We're almost out of gas. We don't have enough money to make it. Links are in the description. Fuck it if I run out of gas. I'll just start helping people on the side of the road, and maybe they'll give me some gas money to continue my way all the way to Texas. We still have about a 8-hour, 9-hour drive till we get to Texas. We'll be there tomorrow, or tonight, late tonight. It'll technically be tomorrow. Then we have a few girls we got to go run through before we leave to Corpus Christi on Thursday. Because it's been a while since I've been to Texas, ladies and gentlemen, and there's a long list of people saying, when are you coming back? We should hang out. So we got like 3 or 4 different girls to go through in 2 days. And you got to be smart with this, because if you're not, they'll start communicating and telling on one another, talking about it, you know. So we got to make sure we schedule these things out with the allotted time that we have so that we can really get things done and have some future Chazes on the way. That's what I'm talking about. Procreation, damn it. But anyway, somebody says, wishing you a peaceful and beautiful day filled with moments that bring a smile to your face. Shame would kick my ass. I'm scared to read comments because last time I did, I hit a pothole and blew a tire up into nothingness. So I am kind of halfway worried about this. Speaking of St. Pete, you want to know something funny? You want to know something fucking funny. So, I get on the phone with this IndyCar guy, right? He was going to, like, get me in or whatever. He does sponsorship things for IndyCar drivers and dirt racers and NASCAR drivers. And he was like, well, maybe you should just come out to St. Pete and do some content, you know, kind of get to know some teams. And I go to him, I'm like, well, I don't really get big numbers when I go to NASCAR races or even the Indy 500. Last year, I never got really any big numbers in comparison to the dirt racing that I go and do. And my dirt content, I was like, I could get bigger views going to a weekly dirt race and making content than I ever have thought of doing or have seen evidence of in going to a NASCAR race. And he said, or I said, do you ever experience that with your clients? Because he's got a different, Brady Bacon's one of his guys. And he goes, oh yeah, 100%. He goes, Brady Bacon's social media numbers alone across all platforms are larger than all of its NASCAR and IndyCar drivers combined. Let me repeat that. Brady Bacon's social, this is coming from a high up who does things for a living in the sponsorship world. Brady Bacon's social media numbers are larger than all of his NASCAR and IndyCar drivers combined. And so then I ask him, I'm like, so why do you think like big money sponsors and people like that don't get involved with dirt racing? We have this bigger than all your guys combined reach. Shouldn't that equal more sponsorship interest and dollars? And this really opened my eyes to some things, and I suspected it already. It's Illuminati after all. He says, well, there's not really consumer-based sponsors anymore. It's about business-to-business sponsorship and opportunity. And I said, oh, so you mean like everybody wants M&Ms on a car or whatever, but M&Ms back in the 90s or whatever, the 2000s, like the old consumer market brands on race cars, they were trying to establish their name higher than a competing brand. They were trying to establish a consumer branded product in the grocery stores, and they did that. They spent a bunch of money back in the 90s, 2000s, and they M&M's is a household name now because of all that money they spent in advertising. Same goes for Gatorade, same goes for different soft drink products, chips, Lay's, and Fritos, and fast food restaurants, and all this stuff. They spent all the money in the consumer racing market of the 90s and 2000s. Or for those who understand economics and politics, the post-NAFTA Bill Clinton era, when the country was sold out and it became a consumer market instead of a producing market. Anyway, if you want to know about real politics, we can sprinkle that in like some fucking, hot pepper on a Pizza Hut that used to offer the whole damn salad bar. But at the end of the day, he goes, that's not the market anymore. The market isn't about, as far as sponsorships, it's not about a consumer market. It's not about this guy right here. He just pulled out in front of traffic. Hold on. We're going to have a fucking road rage moment. This guy, he pulled out in front of traffic. He was stopped. It's a road worker. And then he flies by and then he just slows down. I don't know what this guy just did. But anyway, he said today's market as far as sponsorship dollars in motorsports don't care about consumer markets. So the reach that the dirt guys are getting bigger than NASCAR and IndyCar guys socially and societally wise does not matter to the sponsor money that's out there, because it's not about reaching a consumer anymore. He said that the main money in NASCAR and IndyCar racing that is sponsoring race cars is just so that the executives of that particular brand or business can get into the garage areas with all the other rich executives and business people so that they can potentially sell their product to another business. Does that make sense? So a business to business, and Rico kind of touched on this a few years ago. It's a business to business partnership. It's not about selling a damn thing to the audience. It's about, I forgot what product he said, so he was saying his most recent sponsorship, they do these plastic things or whatever, like it's like, kind of like build a submarines or whatever. They do a service, but they're not selling that service to you watching on television. They have that service, and their idea is we put all this money in this IndyCar team. We take our executives and our salesmen and we bring them to the racetrack, and now we go and talk to, the other teams, the Penske's, the Ganassi's, the other people who are sponsoring other cars to try to sell our service on a mass scale to one guy or two guys or their business or brand that could utilize their service. So instead, like a credit card processing company, for instance, You may see them sponsor a car. They're not sponsoring that car in NASCAR, IndyCar, so that your local little roofing company or whatever might utilize their services. No, they're sponsoring that car so that they can bring their sales reps into the garage area at these events on a weekend, a 4-day weekend, and go over to the other big brands that are there, Penske's, and the different marketing or manufacturing or gigantic corporate-based companies that they can do a deal with to get their whole entire company, for instance, to switch to that credit card processing service. Not one or two or 1,000 people watching on your socials and your television, but they want to just get 1 or 2 people to convince to change their whole entire company to utilizing their service. So if they're able to do that, we're talking about multi-million-dollar agreements that are being made in the paddock or the garage area of your IndyCar and your NASCAR garages. Somebody just said Blue Chew. Exactly. I don't know why Blue Chew comes across my stuff. I don't understand it. Maybe they see how long, I last on my adult sites, and they're like, oh, you should last longer, and they pop it up there. But, I mean, I only watch the BBWs, I only watch the thick ladies. I don't want no little skinny girl. And it just does it quick. Y'all are trying to change yourself and watch the little skinny girl. No. Go to the big girls that get you done quick. But besides that, I'm just saying, it seems like to me, that is the problem. Because that is also why you don't have that style of partnership in sprint car and dirt track racing. Even though we're reaching more people, the sponsors interested in motorsports are not going after the consumers anymore. They're going to the business to business. And unfortunately, even though our dirt track cars cost a lot of money in most people's eyes, they're pennies on the dollar in comparison to an IndyCar or NASCAR operation. So these businesses don't care to get into, the World of Outlaws pitting area. And who are they going to talk to make some kind of big multi-million-dollar corporational deal? Who? There ain't no real people there to do that on that level or scale. They're racing. Their business is motorsports. There's only a few cars that have some corporate alliance, but that's through that same business-to-business partnership relationship that, say, Casey Kane and Tony Stewart got to utilize in their NASCAR careers, and that's where you see most of your mainstream logos and vehicles associated with those brands. So this was just very interesting. They do that for the two-car team. The two-car team just one guy. You go to the IndyCar and the NASCAR paddocks, and you have guys who squash the two-car team as far as funding, as far as money, or let's just say equivalent. There's only one real two-car team in the World Outlaw pitting area. There ain't too many other teams that are that devoted with that amount of financing that are solely in the dirt racing world. Whereas Stewart and Kane, they kind of branch out and do other things. Kane's close. I like Casey Kane's business models, but his relationships aren't based on the World Outlaw pitting area. And they're usually not a consumer market. I mean, maybe you could say, the automotive brands and dealerships or, the CarQuest, the O'Reillys and all that. That's a competitive market. You may want to beat them there. But it's more so relationship. So, World of Outlaws would just steal the sponsorships. This is true. That is the unfortunate part. You bring in a partner and they go to talking to people, and next thing you know, they're the title sponsor of the Outlaws. That'll be interesting to see what happens with the late model series. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with the late model series on who's going to take that title sponsorship. Somebody just said Curb, Illuminati. Yes, Mike Curb. I don't know if that's a confirmed Illuminati member, but it's pretty damn close when you research it. Music, military, California, you're halfway to Illuminati. I mean, you're halfway. Music, military, California, you're halfway to Illuminati. Chaz, oh God, we're going to crash. Chaz, do you see the Saudi possibly investing into dirt racing or NASCAR for that matter? Who knows? I think dirt racing is the best racing product in the market. I think it's the only racing product that American motorsports could potentially rely on to reach new people and to grow. I think a lot of regular people are bored out of their minds. They hate NASCAR. They turn by the channel faster than you could see it. And now with the modern guides, they don't even flip through the channel. They just scroll over it as they're looking for something to watch. I think new people go to Supercross races and Monster Jam. Those things are fun and entertaining. And I think that as far as motorsports is concerned, with a vehicle, rallycross, potentially, and dirt racing, World Outlaws Sprint Car in particular, super late models in particular, those are the two forms of oval racing that I do think that if somebody saw it, took it, and served it on a platter correctly, is potentially the only form of motorsports that is going to save the new fan. NASCAR is a boring piece of trash for half the night. I know people complain about heat races and all that and dirt racing. That's only because you've been going to it your whole fucking life. Somebody who's used to NASCAR races and IndyCar and that boring fucking shit for 4 hours straight and then watching a green-white checkered, they would salivate at the dirt track format. So as much as you fucking hate it, and I know some tracks do it wrong and they drag it out, but when you got the Outlaws and High Limit or Late Model Series in there, they pull the format off correctly. If you make that work, you serve that correctly, heat racing in that format is salivationally experienceable to the new people, the new fan that don't know anything but a boring-ass 4-hour NASCAR IndyCar race. They will salivate at that because they get to watch a little heat race and then get on their phone. Watch a little heat race, get on their phone. It fits the short attention span of the new society. So all y'all's bullshit, y'all keep on talking, oh, it'll never go. Yeah, and it is small-time thinking, sir. But I'm talking about somebody with some big-time thinking, taking this shit and doing big-time shit with it. We don't have that guy. We don't have that guy right now. I don't know if I could do it. Do I have to go get on, into some back room with the billionaire and get the job done? I really don't want to be that guy. But maybe we already have done it. I'm just saying. If somebody, dirt racing is the only form of current American motorsport that could save racing in America. The only one that's left. The only one. But it's going to take someone with big time thinking and a big time budget and potentially big time friends to make that happen. Oh my. They're listening. Now you got to figure out who they are. Oh my. Chili boat, nope, scrap it, junk. Elon Musk, maybe. Think about how small UFC was. It got pretty big pretty fast. Boxing became a thing of the past. Boxing is about as boring as NASCAR. I went to NASCAR, I was entertained because there was a bunch of hot women around. And they were interacting with me and touching my hair. That's the only reason I enjoyed NASCAR. Being honest. Trump with the flyby, a little jet show. Outside of that, blah. They isn't a anti-Semitic dog whistle. No, I don't believe in the Jews run the world theory at all. As far as Semitic or whatever you're trying to say there. No, I don't believe that Jews run the world. I believe that they're a scarecrow. I believe that they're a distraction. I don't think that maybe there are some people that do from that lineage, but they're just one. If there is any power from them, it's just one person, one team. There's multiple teams playing this game called Earth, and they're just one of them. And they're the scarecrow. They get all the brunt. Maybe they are. Did the Nazis lose? I don't know. I mean, who knows? Did they actually lose or did they win? All their high-ranking officials go to the U.S. and Russia as prisoners, right? We sure about that? We sure that they were just prisoners? We sure they were prisoners, guys? Or did they win? A lot of science experiments since the end of World War II. A lot of social psyops. That's some scientist shit. I know who was infatuated with science and space. It wasn't those. It wasn't the Jewish. It was they. They won the war, guys. I'm starting to. The more I think about it, I'm starting to think it's true. We're going in the tunnel. We're going under a river, guys. Oh God, we're in a river. We're in a river. Be a little quiet now. Cameras above here. They are watching. The show is on. There, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Oh my. Oh, we got to do some maneuvering here. It says we got to exit. Where are we going here? What is this? I think we're in Jackson, Mississippi. I think. I feel like this is the wrong way. Let's see. Pretty high up in the sky, guys. Yeah, we just went over the river over there. There's a river we just went over. Oh my, they are watching. It's Government Street, guys. They're watching. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. We're going down Government Street. Oh my, look at the view here. Skyscrapers. Where are we going here? We got to go straight. We got to get to I-165. Dude, I say they are watching and then all of a sudden Government Street. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Don't maneuver too quick. Your tires aren't good enough for that. I basically have brand new tires on all fours due to my pothole incident. How long were you in Florida? Let's do a 7-hour live like you did when you came in and blew the tire. I'm sure all my exes live in Texas. All my exes do not live in Texas anymore. So we broke the curse. All of our exes do not live in Texas anymore. Oh God, I hate when there's an 18-wheeler rolling through these downtown streets. It's just horrible. Oh, where are we at here? We'll give y'all some downtown lookings. Oh. We could do a 7-hour live. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just don't want to miss a turn. I don't technically have my map up right now. I just know I got to go to this I-65 north. All my exes live in Texas is Alan Jackson, isn't it? Yeah, see, this truck's going to hold everybody up, but he's trying to get to I-65 as well. Or I-165. You ever raced in California? I have actually raced in California. My first time to race a car was in California, Antioch, and it was a shitty ass car, and it was the worst racing experience of my life. I hot lapped the sprint car, looked great. I hot lapped the IMCA Modified, was faster than the actual driver of the car. And then we got into this freaking pro stock, and it was a fucking shit show. Car wouldn't turn, pushed. It didn't have any front bumper protection for the engine, so literally went up a damn wall. So, oh wow, this trucker just like said, "Fuck you," he cut me off. I hot lapped the sprint car at Marysville, and I hot lapped the modified at Wairika. Hold on, we may need a dash cam right now because that fucking truck just he pulled some shit right there. Enrique from Brazil, Portuguese. What's going on? Links in the description to join the support. Cash App, Venmo. Placerville Speedway is the best. Every time I go across the country, in the world, even in Australia, people were asking me, so what's the favorite track? What's the best one? I always say Placerville. I always say Placerville is the best racetrack in the country. Because it races. And honestly, where we're going, Kennedale Speedway Park, KSP versus the Outlaws, that's going to be Placerville-esque if that track's right. It wasn't right last year, but if that track's right now, it's going to, that's the way to go. Oh my, he's got a nice little muffler tip on his car. The 350Z people are so cute. Oh my, we're gonna get run over by a bus. We're going to Conception Street. Oh my God, guys. The Illuminati symbolism here. Government Street, Conception Street and Road. What in the hell is going on? They're after us, guys. They're changing the signs. The Matrix is active. The Matrix is fucking active. They're giving us Conception and Government Streets. Unbelievable. I think we're on the right road now. We got to go I-65 north. Oh, shit. Freedom is not easy. Oh, no. The signs. That truck just had a sticker that said freedom isn't easy. It was so huge. Freedom isn't easy. Freedom is fucking running around in a truck. Oh my. Cletus is doing Nissan Altima races now. Exactly. I don't know what he's doing. Are you a big fan of big block modified racing? No. I mean, I like the 358s. It's the sound to me. Torque. I think the 358s. I think if y'all would put like 410s or the late model motors in those cars, they'd be way better of a show. Something about the sound of those big blocks just detours it for a lot of people. I, of course, raced in New York. I raced the big block modified, although it was a Sportsman, so it had a crate motor in it. I like the cars. They're the most comfortable cars to drive as far as seating. But yeah, the sound of the big block just doesn't sound good. It just doesn't work. I just don't think it works. I think people like to hear that screaming of the 410s, that screaming of the super late model. It just sounds better. Ours dyno, almost 800 miles. Okay. Oh my. Mayonnaise. Why would you even say mayonnaise? Why? I had I'm not really going to go into details, but I had a very, I don't know if I'll ever forget it, a very traumatic experience with mayonnaise over the last week or so. It was very traumatic. I'm not going to go into details. It's actually kind of sad, personally, but very traumatic. Very traumatic. You ever see, it's hard to read with the sun coming out. I do have a Android, so I should just turn it on up, right? Hold on, we gotta look at the instructions real quick. All right, 65 north. Was it because of the New Zealanders? No, it had nothing to do with the New Zealanders. They were proper. They were good. Tell the mayonnaise, I'm not doing it. No, it's not funny. It's not funny. But yeah, I don't know if I'll ever consume mayonnaise again in my life. Very shocking. Keep your eyes on the road, Chaz. I am. There's nothing in front. Hold on. I'm glancing. I mean, all I'm doing is glancing. Not typing, I'm glancing. We have to take 65 north towards Montgomery, Alabama, sir. The land of Forrest Gump. The land of Forrest Gump, guys. We're here. We're trying to travel safe. Thank you for being a member of the channel there, QLD. Oh, Cane Toe, getting her done. Yeah, the memberships matter a lot. We took a little bit of a hit in our ad revenue for the year. Here in the month of February, being on the road. We have tried to do our lives Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They haven't been the traditional, full production. I haven't really had access to internet and a place to set up my laptop much, but we've been doing our lives. We haven't got the super chats like we did last month. We have obviously had people send Venmos and PayPals. We made light of those who have helped the Florida trip, but now we're shifting gears to the Texas trip. And who knows how long this is going to last. I'm looking forward to this KSP race in 2 weeks. And then you got the Cotton Bowl Speedway. That's a good race. I honestly want to check out this Arrowhead Speedway, man. They got a 2-day show there this year. We do have a tent sponsored by the CIA. And we do also have a cot sponsored by Puerto Rico. So we have to somehow utilize these tools that were given to us. So we have to what I'm saying is, we might have to do some tenting at some of these events like Arrowhead, 2-day show. We don't need a hotel anymore. We're setting up a damn tent and a cot. We may have something lined up for internet here very soon too. Still trying to work the kinks out on that. But come over to Amarillo. I don't think that's gonna work. Amarillo is too far out of the way. And they don't have any big events coming up. I know there's some at the end of the year, but not to start the year. But the Outlaw Tour does go back up into Knoxville and everything in April. And we're going to try to be back to Knoxville in April. But there's a lot of stuff to happen in Texas now. You got a good solid all the way up until the weekend of the 23rd, 24th is Texas sprint car racing now with World Outlaws. 14, 15 is KSP. This weekend, as said before, we're going to the Elite Outlaw Race 410s down in Corpus Christi and the southern areas of the Texas border. And then of course, high limit in April over at Dodge City. We're gonna have to go to Dodge City for their event that they got coming up as well. So there's a lot of things to keep going and showing. But once again, I feel really bad that the ad revenue has been down. The views have been good on like TikTok and Facebook and Instagram with the shorts and the reels. But here on YouTube, the views have been kind of down. I guess y'all don't like the upright videos, although I feel like when I'm driving, it's the best way to do it. But yeah, the views have been down. The ad revenue is down for YouTube, so that sucks. So hopefully we'll get some Venmo and PayPal support along the way to keep this thing going. I mean, I made it through February, but I had some funds to help make it through February. March could be difficult. March could be very, very difficult, especially with how the YouTube ad revenue is looking at this point of the month. So, yeah, it's at the low limit, as you say there. It's at the low limit. April 4th, high limit at Amarillo. I forgot about that. I did forget about that. What else is April 4th? I'm trying to think what else is in April 4th. Something else is on April 4th. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Is that the Arrowhead Speedway weekend? I think it might be. Mayonnaise 500. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to that. Oh my. Okay. We just had to exit the highway. I'm trying to see where we're going. We're in Mobile, Alabama. Anybody ever been to Mobile, Alabama before? This is what Mobile, Alabama looks like. And we're going to be on this 2-laner road for 84 more miles. So, but this is Alabama. Baymont Inn and Suites. That's Alabama for you. Do you plan on going west in August for high limit California swing? I don't know. That West Coast swing is extremely tough. I don't want to say no because I enjoy my West Coast trips. The drives out there are awesome. I mean, you really get to see a lot of nice views and scenery. Maybe if our financials are in the better, it's a huge financial hit to go to the West Coast. It really is. I would like to try to go to the Ontario, Canada Outlaw races. I'm not sure if that can work. We'll see. That's coming up in May. So we'd like to do a lot of things. Most of the time, support determines those things that we do. So if you know anybody with a business who wants to be sponsored, or you know a track promoter who, hey, bring this guy, let him talk about your race and get some views or whatever, yeah, let me know. You know any racers? We're potentially about to start off a Long Live the Chaz driver roster for revenue purposes, but they're going to be hand-picked selected drivers that we will be highlighting every single week here on the show. How they did the week before, where they're going the week ahead, and hand-picked. There is going to be a little bit of a charge to the drivers, but I think the exposure is worth it. I don't think you can get it anywhere else. But they could say yes, they could say no, it's fine. But I'm not going to be like the rest of these media guys. You get into this dirt track media stuff, and I've had to deal with this, and I've had a guy come up and say, man, this guy's really good, a media person. He's great. Have you heard about this guy? And I'm like, I don't know much about him, but he don't really do much on the racetrack. Oh, man, no, he's just starting. He's got to learn this. He's getting better. I'm like, no, I've been watching him for like 4 or 5 years, man. He ain't really getting any fucking better. He sucks. Oh, man, come on. Why are you pumping him up anyway? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I was just letting you know. I was like, yeah, man, I mean, nothing against him. He's just not that good. Or she's not that good. Night goes on. Next thing you know, the guy's over there filming for the team. He's getting paid by the team to do their social media. So it's not that the guy's really good. They're just paying the guy. They're just paying him. A lot of the media works this way. A lot of these names that y'all see get pushed and blah, 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 they're just paid. They're paying for the attention. They're paying for the notoriety, the credibility. They're faking the result. And they're trying to manipulate it. Whereas if I get my roster together, I'm only going to offer it to guys who I think are actually good. Because I could easily sell my ass out and say, yeah, I'll promote your name for blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, just put a price tag on it. I mean, but that's going to get me in situations where I'm going to be promoting guys who aren't that good. Because unfortunately or fortunately, there's a lot of guys out there with money that just ain't that fucking good. They'll pay you to make them look good, but when that results column comes out, they don't look that good. So I noticed that this is how most people in media make money. They get paid by drivers and teams to make them look good, to talk them. So I'm sitting here like, okay, I should do something like that, but I'm going to pick my drivers. I'm going to pick and approach the drivers and teams who I think are good and be like, hey, here's what I want to do. Do you want to be on the team? I'm basically going to develop a team. I'm going to be the Bob Baffert of the racing world. I'm going to have me some fucking horses. And when my horses come to your town, we're going to run your horses out the fucking building. This is how they promote. Why is nobody promoting like this? Look at what I just said. They need to put that on social media. I got a stable of fucking horses, and when we come to town, we're going to run your horses out of their fucking paddocks. That sounds like, whoa, what the fuck's going on this weekend? I got to see that. I guess I got to fucking do it. I got to come in here and be a Don King and show you fake promoters how to get it done. And I got to do it with people. And you get to profit off of it. Not anymore, motherfucker. Not anymore. I ain't going to be giving people rides and hooking them up with people and making their names for free. Oh, I've been doing that way too long. Too long. Hell no. We're going to start selecting some people, and we'll see if they want to be selected. That's what we're doing. The military pays the NFL, NASCAR to highlight the service and for recruiting. That doesn't make any sense. Nice hat. Heard they suck. Unique Movers. Connor, I know you've had issues with the owner of Unique Movers. And the problem with the owner of Unique Movers is he drinks too much. For those who don't know it, if you went to the Knoxville Nationals last year, there was a guy in the grandstands in a Hamburglar costume. It looked like the red and white stripes. It was a Hamburglar costume, but it looked like a prison costume as well. That is the owner of Unique Movers. And I'm not going to mention his name because we'll get in trouble. But the guy gets drunk. He beats people up. He has the money to get out of jail. So, he's just a really bad guy, you know. And then his best friend, who just lives off of him, basically, he got into it with Ramey and them at the Chili Bowl. He got into it with Ramey and them at the Chili Bowl. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, this is a situation where we just passed 2 cops shooting radar, and for some reason I never speed, but I get nervous. Maybe they're watching my live or something. I'm not sure. But the owner of Unique Movers, the Hamburglar, that's what I call him. I call him the Hamburglar. Quit it now. He said quit it now. I know he's laughing. He has to be laughing. I think that's my me behind you. Wait, somebody's following me? I'm in that truck driving behind you. Wait, there's people actually following me on my lives now. This is getting creepy. Unless you have at least double D titties, I don't want you to be following me like this. And you have not transgender either. You have to be like a woman. If you meet those criterias, you know, I don't even care if you're a thicker chick. You know, you can be like 225 pounds, triple D titties, I'm down. You can follow me. Like this guy in his truck, I guess. But that's kind of creepy. It's Kyle Larson's security following you. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah. They're watching. Oh, Kyle Larson's, he's a vampire. A legitimate vampire. He tried to attack me one time in a Motel 6 in Concord, North Carolina. I pulled out some sage, a cross, and a wooden stake, and he ran away. So, There's a reason Kyle don't like garlic, guys. He's a vampire. Legitimate. Damn, what did I miss? You missed everything, Seven. We're in Mississippi, bitches. So that to recap, we have left the state of Florida. Nothing but a leftover outlaw show to watch. The real show is coming at KSP in 2 weeks when the Texas gunslingers smack the Outlaws across the fucking face at KSP. We're going to a race right now this weekend in Corpus Christi, Texas on Thursday. South Texas Speedway Friday, Saturday, 3-day weekend with the Elite Outlaw 410 Sprint Car Series to document, to look up, to make content around the drivers who are going to take the Outlaws' asses down in 2 weeks at the Cowtown Showdown. Oh, it got the perfect name. My Ninja, exactly. We're going to showcase who's going to be whooping some outlaw ass on the quick quarter mile of the Kennedale Speedway Park. Look at that ad. Why are they not paying me? Why are they not paying me? They're so dumb. They're so classical. It's pathetic. They depend on the PA posse to make money. The only tracks, it seems like, in the country that actually pay their fucking purse. But the only reason that is because it's the only place where they actually have a rivalry. You think that, you know, a few outlaw teams, that they had the means, or hell, the Outlaws themselves, buy a couple badass riders, or Donauts, or Kisslers. Give them, lease them, or just fucking sponsor them to a few teams from each regional area. Give them some practice days on the track, get them hooked up and ready, and build them up. You need more rivalries. You're making big mistakes. There's people you just need to show. I don't know why they don't know how to put one together. I don't know why. They know how to run a format. They call a format a show. The show is in the mind, in the belief, in the imagination. That is a show. It's a story. You don't have any. Oh my. The owner of Unique Movers just texted me. He is very upset. He said, "Kiss my ass, Chaz. Go fuck yourself. I'll see you when I see you." Oh my God. Oh my, we pissed him off. The Hamburglar's coming. The fucking Hamburglar is taking the cheese off, ladies and gentlemen. He's putting on that heavy mayonnaise. He's putting on the heavy mayonnaise when we see him. Oh my. Oh my. He's bringing some fucking French fries with seasoned salt. Is he having a stroke? No, I'm yelling. Umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck at birth, so I don't have no control of this lip over here. Very similar to Sylvester Stallone. So yeah, fuck you. Anyway. Half his face is drooling. Oh, okay, yeah. My face is beautiful. Women tell me all the time. They say I look like a fat-ass Leonardo DiCaprio, so kiss my ass, bitch. In fact, what's your girlfriend's name? You probably don't even have one. Oh, he's just checking now. Half his face is drooping. That was very rude. You could be like, hey, what's wrong with your face? What's going on? But no. Is he having a stroke? Half his face is drooping. Well, asshole attitudes get asshole responses. Apparently, just like this Unique Movers is going to do to me. He's going to fucking double cheeseburger my ass. Thomas Jefferson has tuned in. They are watching, ladies and gentlemen. They are watching. Oh my. They are watching. We're in trouble now. Keep your eyes on the road. I am. Do y'all not know what peripheral vision is anyway? Like, look. I'm looking at the road right now. Let's pay attention. Look, here's peripheral vision for you out there who are blind, I guess. Peripheral vision is I'm looking straight. but I can touch the phone. See, I can touch the phone. I can cover up the, look, I'm looking straight, but look, I can cover it up. Because I have peripheral vision. Peripheral vision. So, there's a yellow line on the road. I don't know how old y'all are out there. It sounds like a bunch of fucking 12-year-old little bitches. But in the roads of America, let me show you something. Let me show you. There's this thing called a yellow line. And that separates this way versus that way. Now they're in a dash lines, but there's some significant contrasting color on the roads that separates the median of the road for directional purposes. So, just like I can look at the road and cover the camera or scroll or do anything while I'm looking straight, I can also sit here and look at you and see the fucking line in the road right there, you fucking bitch. Take it easy, Chaz. It was funny. I mean, I can't believe eyes on the road. You don't need eyes to see. Ask the blind. They see all the time. Brittle, bitch. He said, yeehaw. Right. If you're enjoying yourself, give the channel a subscribe. We're going to be doing more of these down the roaders. It'll be entertaining. We'll go live when the Hamburglar wants some. We'll go live when the Hamburglar shows up. That Hamburglar will show up and we'll much oblige him. We will onion ring his ass. That's what I'm saying. Somebody said, I can't take this abuse. That's hilarious. Chaz says his Tesla drives itself. Yeah, I wished. It'd be nice to have a Tesla. Be cool. Be way quieter. That's for sure. But no, we are the Tesla. We are the energy. When we're holding the wheel, it's like our subconscious is doing it. I'm talking, looking, all this stuff, but my hand is holding the wheel. Who's doing that? What's happening there? The subconscious, the animal, is doing it. Subconscious consciousness, or subconscious mechanical control would be the best way to describe it. How much coffee cups you got in that cup? I've seen you take 100 sips. We are utilizing our nicotine pouches. So we are not drinking coffee, although I play it off like I am. See, look at this idiot. It's a Tesla truck. Fucker almost veered in my lane. That's a fucking Tesla truck. He almost came over. Look at that, Illuminati. We mentioned Tesla and a fucking Tesla truck pops up. Are they really watching right now? They are actually fucking with the system right now. Wow. Interesting. They're actually engaged. I didn't think they would care about this little leaving Florida deal. But they are caring. Government streets, Conception Road, and now Tesla trucks coming at me. I guess they really want me to keep my eye on the road. Maybe I should message Elon and be like, hey, traveling racer guy, we got a little bit of a following. We're driving a car with 400, now it has 445,000 miles. It'll have 446,000 when we get done with this trip. Would you mind sponsoring a Tesla? A Tesla truck. Hell, even a Tesla truck. I mean, you say it's got good tow capacity. I'm in the racing world. Every fucking person has a fucking truck, guy. You know, so if you want to beat the F-150, let's get a Tesla truck and start, you know, hauling some rigs to the racetrack. That'll sell you some trucks. Yeah. Somebody said dip face. Now, for the record, this lip right here will not change no matter if I have a dip in or not. I started smoking cigarettes at a young age. I went to vaping, and with the vape, I blew out some smoke, and it went into somebody's face. I felt bad about it. They had one of those Zen trailers at a World Outlaw event. I got one of the Zen deals, and I got my nicotine fix, and that's what I've been doing ever since. I don't have to blow smoke in anybody's face. I don't put anything into my lungs. So yeah, that's why I do the fake dippers. They're just fake. This one's flavored citrus, and it's nice. Low milligram. It's basically like Nicorette, but cheaper. That's basically why I use it. So this thing right here it's $2, and it'll last about 2 or 3 days for $2. So it's the cheapest, most effective, I think less damaging form and way to tackle the nicotine addiction that I have. Which you can be mad to nicotine addiction, but you probably have a carb addiction, you probably have a sugar addiction, you probably have a dairy addiction, you probably have a cheese addiction, and I would go as far as to say that if you consume sugar as much as I do nicotine, you will die way faster than me. I would go as far as to say if you consume cheese and saturated fats as much as I do nicotine, you will die faster than me. Just saying, there's a lot of deadly substances out there, and some are being identified as okay for your 5-year-old kid to drink, and some are deemed as not okay, and the big bad enemy. Back to y'all talk about the Jewish deal. Yeah, maybe nicotine is bad, but there's all these other people out here that are doing bullshit too. That's why I don't subscribe to just big bad Jewish bad guy deal. I think it's fake. I think it's a distraction. Just like vaping. Vaping is so bad for you, right? So bad. You know why vaping's bad for you? You know why that's on your television screen? When vaping came out, an estimated 15 million people switched from cigarettes to vaping. Okay? So, think about that. 15 million. The federal tax on a pack of cigarettes is $1.01. The federal, not the state tax. State taxes are more. They're $2, $3. California's got like a $10 state tax per pack of cigarettes. But just the federal tax is $1.01. When 15 million people stop buying a pack of cigarettes a day, that is $15 million a day in tax revenue lost due to vaping. Now do 15 million times 365. I believe it's in the $5.9 billion department of tax revenue dollars that was lost initially due to vaping. Now, once again, that's just the dollar federal tax. I mean, most of your state taxes are 4, 3. California is 10, 11. So that's why vaping was the big bad guy, because it lost billions of dollars in tax revenue due to tobacco sales. So just so y'all can think about why some things are deemed bad and good and whatever, it's always about the money, guys. It's always about the money. It ain't about your health. It ain't about you. You're just the battery, or you're the mind, or you're the useful ant to be utilized to get the job done. Just saying. Where are you at now? We are in the middle of BFE fucking Mississippi, buddy. Look at that mustache. I like this. Yeah, we recently have the curls as well. The mullet curls. Natural 100%. Yep, send me some money. I'll get naked. It's onlyfans.com/the Chaz. All right, here we go. This is, zoom in. Anyway. This is Mississippi if you've never been here. It's boring. There's nothing at all but trees, power lines, and the occasional pothole. Where are we going? We are going to Texas. There is a 3-day Elite Outlaw 410 sprint car race happening in Corpus Christi and South Texas Speedway. And these drivers will be the drivers that will be going up against the World of Outlaws in 2 weeks at the Kennedale Speedway Park, the quick quarter mile in the DFW Metroplex. And so we are going to build the rosters. Yes, it is a beautiful road. Let's give it credit. Let's give it credit. This is a nice road. Racing is so overrated. I'll agree with you. NASCAR is very overrated. Formula One, very overrated. IndyCar racing, very overrated. Sprint car racing, dirt sprint car racing, underrated, unknown. You're probably saying that racing is overrated because you've never heard of dirt sprint car racing or never seen it actually happen. Because a dirt sprint car race is one of the most visually appealing acts of speed, danger, and excitement that you can see in the world. So, racing is not one thing, and this is the problem with NASCAR. It blankets the sport. It blankets the term of what racing is. You know, people hear racing and they think NASCAR. They don't think sprint car racing. They think NASCAR, Formula One, IndyCar. We would all agree that that shit's boring, right? We are all race fans because of dirt sprint car and super late model racing action. We agree that most of your IndyCar, F1, and NASCAR races are boring, right? So, if that's the only thing that the American public sees, and to them that is racing, the statement of racing is overrated and boring makes sense. Because that's racing to them. What are your thoughts on black people? I don't understand this question here. I mean, black women are attractive as hell. I'm from the ghettos of Dallas, so I can rap very well. I have some rap songs. If you want to go check them out, Spotify, they're on the channel here. The Chaz, Ready to Rip. The Chaz, This Is How We Do is a very popular song. Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music. So go check out all the music. I'm very multiculturally diverse. I think that black people in America were systematically had their nuclear family destroyed post-World War II. I think that was potentially a science project by very evil people. But I also think that there is just as much impoverished people in the white community. And I think that there's a lot of relatables between black and white people that is subjectively manipulated and ignored by media, political issues, ideologies, to keep regular people of all colors, white, black, brown, whatever, indifferent, separated. Because if we all just started talking to one another and communicating about our actual problems in life that we don't like and the things that are going on, there's enough of us together to actually make a difference and to be a bigger voice than the fake voice they want us to cheer for. So I believe it is a manipulated control tactic. That's what racism is. It is used to divide and conquer through control. It keeps you dormant, not just like dormant as far as activity, but dormant as far as intellectually thinking of what's important, what's right, what's wrong. As long as they can distract you with racism, even sexism to a point. I think the next battle is male versus female. I think that's why the rise of Andrew Tate was so important with the young male community. They can't separate us on white and black as much as they could, as they used to at least. So now they're moving to male-female political ideologies. That's where they're trying to relate left-leaning politics with matriarchy and right-leaning politics with patriarchy, male versus female. It's all just to keep you in a damn line and in control. And that's my opinions on black people is a racist statement in itself to ask that question. But that would be my response to my opinions. Black people, I guess, would be more so my opinions on people, because I run into so many white people that are so 45 or 30 or 20-year-old people that are just so far gone in the psyop known as racial divide. They're so fucking gone, they can't wake up to save themselves. There's no hope for them people. They're fucking so gone. Their daddy told them away. Their political ideology told them away. their society, their little bubble, their thought bubble they stay in, they're so fucking far gone, there's no saving them. And then you probably have the same thing on the left. I've experienced the same thing on the left with more diverse people. They're so far gone in their direction. It's like when I deal with these people, it's like I'm watching a full-blown fucking psyop and there's nothing I can do about it. I could talk about it. I actually end a lot of relationships with people. I end up losing friends. I lose close people. I lose money. I lose sponsors. I lose support because of what I'm saying right now. Because when I meet these people, this is what I say. And when you try to touch their fucking little bubble that their daddy taught them, that their political idea person taught them, that their life has taught them, when you try to touch their bubble, oh, buddy, they don't like that. Don't touch my precious little fucking bubble that's been built all these years. They hate that fucking shit. They hate it. It don't matter that it's godly, righteous, true. They don't give a fuck. What matters to them more is their personal little super ego that has been built on a psyop. So, it's pretty fucking sad. But yeah, that would be my opinion on black people, or highly melaninated skinned people. You going to Bilderberg conference now? No, I don't even know what that is really. My diaper just exploded and I'm marinating in it. That is sad. I hope you seek medical attention. Someone said true. Bill Burr got it right. I don't know about that. I know Bill Burr says stuff. But a lot of people say stuff. So. Anyway, we just passed an hour and 20 minutes. Do we want to keep seeing Mississippi? I mean, come on now. Links in the description to join the support. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Also, you can subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it around. A little Mississippi tree line countryside, boy. We just passed the Love's travel stop. We are 100 miles until we are running out of gas. We probably should have ended the live then and got gas, but fuck it. Let's see here. I guess we could end the live. Bill Burr is a clown too. Yeah, he's sold out. There's a lot of people in that industry sold out. It's unfortunately true. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that was a good show. I don't want to keep it too long because I think a lot of things said in this were very interesting and a lot of people need to hear it. Sometimes if we take these lives too long, people don't watch them. Hour and 20 minutes, I think people could listen to it and maybe hear some messages that are being said. So, want to thank Unique Movers for formerly being a friend. Apparently he's going to beat me up now. Fuck his mayonnaise. We're going to Texas. We're leaving Florida. We're trying to get to a damn gas stop because we're going to be out of fuel here soon. If you want to support the fuel, links are in the description. Venmo, PayPal, like I said before, Cash App. We are continuing down the road here on the Chaz. Hopefully you enjoy the show. Be sure to be subscribed to. We'll probably do another one of these before we get to Texas, so stay tuned. Maybe another late night edition, and hopefully we don't fucking hit a pothole. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the sign is here. The Matrix has spoken once again. That's 3 times on this trip. The red light has turned green. So that means stop, but keep on going. All right. All right, then. Okay, Kyle. Fuck you, too. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Am I a Ford guy? I simply say, fuck them all. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.